All right, everybody. Finally, after months and months of me bitching and complaining about the Expendables 3, now finally comes the movie review of the Expendables 3, and I don't even know what to say about this. I'm not going to bother going into the story. I mean, I know there's some people on YouTube who do movie reviews who like to tell the story. I'm not going to do it. It's an Expendables movies. They're mercenaries. They kill for hire and kill all the bad guys and shoot them. That's all you need to know. And my God, I must say that this has got to be one of the most cynical, inept, worthless, cash grab pieces of crap I have seen in a very long time. You know what? It reminds me of Blade Trinity or the Crow City of Angels. Just pieces of garbage that are just pure cash grab. I mean, this movie is inept on so many levels I can't even explain. You know what? I don't even want to mention the story because here's my whole thing. I wouldn't mind if you just had a rinky-dink stupid story that doesn't make any sense, but you gave spectacular action sequences, funny one-liners, and that's it. Because the whole concept of the Expendables was, the original was supposed to be an homage to 80s action pictures. Somewhere when they got to number 2, it got muffled, and then it became this shit turd that came out today. Oh my God, this movie sucks. Let me start with the good, with very little of it there is. Number one, Wesley Snipes. Wesley is hungry. He's biting at the bit. Wesley has more charisma in his, 10 minutes of screen time that he has. Wesley's badass. Mel Gibson. Let me say, Mel Gibson might be a billionaire sociopath in his private life, but I will say he is an extraordinary actor. Mel Gibson radiates so much more charisma in just his presence than Ronda Rousey, Ortez, Lutz, and I don't even know the other guy's name who was supposed to be the new Expendables. He just exerts and oozes charisma just standing there. And there are literally 2 scenes. There's about 3 scenes where he stands there, doesn't say a word. He just kind of does his crazy Mel Gibson Riggs look in his eyes. He just oozes charisma. He's a fantastic villain. Mel is just the shit. He's just the shit. So is Wesley. Antonio Banderas, people are going to be split on him. I kind of liked some of the scenes I like with Antonio Banderas are more towards the end, where him and Ronda Rousey are kind of doing like some hand-to-hand combat, and he's like, this is the best moments of my life. That shit was good. I was kind of like, okay, that was badass. But I can say outside of Wesley, Mel, and Antonio Banderas, that's where the good just ends. It just ends. Let me start with the action. The action is, to me, in my opinion, it just felt lazy. It just, the action sequences aren't diverse. One doesn't feel different from the other. It's just people randomly shooting. The opening train sequence, I've heard some people say that it was pretty good. To me, it was very short. All the Expendables did was shoot. They just shot people. That was it. I didn't think it was anything special. The only thing that made it special was seeing Wesley Snipes back on the big screen again since Brooklyn's Finest. And in Brooklyn's Finest, that was kind of more of a serious, gritty kind of cop movie. But here, Wesley actually gets to kind of do Simon Phoenix, Blade, Passenger 57, wink wink kind of stuff. And Wesley's fantastic. It's great to see him back. He's not rusty. I mean, Wesley was badass. But I didn't think that sequence was that great. There's another little car chase that comes after that where they're going to kill Mel Gibson. They don't realize it's Mel Gibson. There's a whole lot of CGI. I just can't figure out why they couldn't put the actors in a car, put the damn camera on the front of the car, and put the truck, the car on top of one of them tow rigs, and just spin the actors in a circle and have them shoot out the window. That's how they always did it back in the day but this is a CGI fest. Wesley kind of does a little bit of his kind of karate stuff. It's very short. It's very minute. There's scenes where, oh man, I just don't want to. And then the whole middle portion of the movie, all of a sudden, Mel Gibson shoots Terry Crews in the ass. Literally, for real, y'all. He shoots him in his ass, and he shoots him in his leg. So all of a sudden, Sylvester Stallone goes, I don't want to get my crew killed. When he didn't get killed, he just got wounded. They're mercenaries. What the hell is going to happen? They're going to get wounded. They all got wounded, I think, in the first movie, if I remember right. So all of a sudden, he gets depressed and decides they're too old. He goes after the new young Expendables. Okay, I'm not even going to go into how much they all suck. But I will go back on my word, and I will say that the guy from Twilight with Lutz, I will say that he does have a kind of Keanu Reeves kind of Matrix speed, bland charisma. He kind of has what Keanu has, where it's kind of like you don't really see anything in there, but there's something strangely flat and charismatic about them at the same time. I will give Lutz credit. If Lutz was in a different action franchise outside of all these legends, then I think I'd be okay with him. It's the fact that they put him into the mix, or maybe if they would even just put him by itself with them and gave him small amounts of screen time, I wouldn't have minded so bad. But oh my God, Ronda Rousey. I mean, she's cute when she's. I'm not gonna lie. I like the scene where she's in the dress. Not that I actually like the scene. I like seeing her physically looking at her body in the dress because I'm a horny freak, and I thought she looked good in a tight dress and heels, and the glasses on. She looked cute. She gets to show some technique towards the end of the movie. That was cool, but again, I don't want to see her kicking ass over Wesley. Wesley doesn't do any martial arts. Excuse me. Wesley does one side kick. That's what you get. Wesley doesn't do half the badass martial arts he was doing in Blade. Statham has a fight with some big dude that lasts like 2 seconds. Randy Couture does zero MMA style fighting. Zero. He just shoots people, drives a tank with Dolph for like 1 second. Dolph does even less. Dolph doesn't show any karate. None. Guys, they even have an insulting scene where one of the new Expendables challenges Dolph Lundgren. The computer guy challenges Dolph Lundgren to a fight, people. It is the most insulting and shitty and funniest thing I've ever seen, as if this guy could really kick Dolph Lundgren's ass. Oh, God. Ortiz, between him and Ronda Rousey, I don't know which one of them is worse. I'd probably have to say I say Ortiz is worse. He's awful. I mean, Lutz is mediocre. The other computer guy, I don't even remember his name, he sucked. Ronda Rousey, she's got tits and butts, so she gets kind of a pass, and she's kind of mildly cute, so I kind of give it to her a little bit. Ortiz is bland as they come. I mean, oh my God, dude, it's so bad, and it occupies a whole chunk of the movie. I was rolling my eyes. It is simply awful. It was a horrible business decision from Sly and Ivy London to try to put in these young people, or if they were going to put in new blood, they should have just went to